Oh, the area? The terrain, the region?
Wales?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Sardinia. Yeah, Wales is beautiful too. Didn't they film Lord of the Rings there?
No. Welcome aboard another brand spanking new season of another Below Deck podcast. I'm Dylan, settled up next to one, Patrick Hickey.
Permission to come aboard.
Permission granted.
Did you miss us, guys? It's been 3 weeks.
What is that that vehicle that just went past?
No clue, man. It's springtime. It's finally warm. It's not pissing on us. We can have the doors open, you know?
Yeah. You know what it sounded like? A kind of Mad Max, kind of homeless zombie constructed Vespa, something made out of aluminum and diesel.
There's a zombie driving around the neighborhood that meets that description, Dylan.
Yeah.
I yelled at him at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, what'd you say? What'd he do?
I said, do you mind?
Kalen's over there behind the glass, by the way.
Hey, Kalen.
Hi, good to be here.
I said, do you mind not driving on the wrong side of the road at 60 miles an hour? I have my family in the car.
Oh, yeah.
What
all
did
right.
you say to that? Fuck off?
He was confused because no one confronts these idiots.
Whoa. I don't think he's quite at asking questions.
Oh, come on. It's a new season,
It
Dylan.
is a new
Lighten
season
up.
of Below Deck. We are so excited to have Gare Bear, Daisy Bear, Call Bear, and the Slayer of the Women of the Night himself, Captain Glenn. This is our favorite season or iteration. It's the best iteration, I think, objectively speaking. I'm just really excited to get into the whole thing.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Hey, one little piece of business. Do you guys ever get calls from an unknown number? You don't know who it is? I'm getting a call all day. I haven't picked it up, It's weird. It's an unknown number.
Here comes a bit.
Oh, shoot. There it is. This is a number.
Yeah. Take it away from the mic, though.
Should I answer it?
Answer it and make it stop making that sound. Yeah.
Hello? Patty, it's Lee.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, Captain Lee. What's going on? Well, I've been wanting to call you guys for a long time. Well, that's all good, Captain Lee, but we heard you hate us. So
Yeah.
what's the deal? Well, let me cut to
And
the chase,
he's
Patty.
on the phone right now, actually.
Hey, Lee,
Wow.
hold on. That's Dylan. You hate him, too.
Okay.
Let me cut to the chase. Captain Glenn kills prostitutes.
Okay, all right.
Is that right, Captain Lee? Well, let me just let you know. That was a hacky bit that we made up on the podcast. He doesn't actually really kill prostitutes.
If you could stop talking to Captain Lee for a second. I think it's nuts.
Hold on, Captain Lee.
I think it's nuts that I'm stuttering. I'm so incensed. You've not passed this by me at all.
Oh, no.
Right? Mm-hmm. You've not passed this by me at all. And you're calling.
No, he's calling me.
No. Let me finish. You're calling the unveiling, dare I say, the investigative work we've done a hacky bit. It's not a hacky bit. Captain Glenn murders whores. I don't know what you're fucking talking about. And also, I don't want to speak to Captain Lee right now.
Well,
I want to talk about sailing yacht.
Yeah, well, let me wrap up the call because he's a sad man right now. Hey, Lee, what's going on? Well, Lee said I wanted to sell salami and Uber Eats, and Andy fucked me.
I wanted to sell salami.
Yeah, Glenn got to sell Uber Eats last night. All right, look, Captain Lee, get a hold of yourself. You're a great captain. You gave us 10 years of pretending to drive a boat. They were amazing. Just have a nice day. Captain Sandy's on pills. All right, let's hang up the phone right now. All right,
Okay.
Bye, Lee.
All right. I'm upset with you. You want to talk about hacky? I mean, my God. Jesus Christ. And to pollute the first episode of this season with Lee, this show has nothing to do with Lee.
Dylan,
Patrick.
you got to close a door before you open a new one.
That was the closing of the door?
Yeah, I told him to kick rocks. I don't like that guy, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have public service announcements that we need to get to.
Yes.
Love is Blind, the show on Netflix that is taking America by storm, is exclusively available at patreon.com/anotherpodcastnetwork. You can hear the first 5 episodes if you're want to go back and unearth the time capsule.
Well, there's new people coming to it, man.
Yeah. Also, plenty of shows on our other feed, Bad TV. TV.
Bad TV.
We're covering life after lockup. Pat's doing Seeking Brother Husband. And also we are covering the season polluted. Dare I say blessed, or I should say, or should I say blessed by the Scandal. Vanderpump Rules is at patreon.com/another podcast network as well as uncensored content. You know, if we say something that is super, super goofy, but could also get us in a bit of hot water, we'll put that on patreon.com. There's lots of great stuff there. YouTube at Bad TV. I mean, let's
grow this thing. One last piece of housekeeping. Dylan and I have been invited to the Love is Blind reunion on August 16th at 6 p.m. We will be there. So sign up. Sign up for our Facebook Bad TV and our Instagram Bad TV.
It's so insane to have a chronic cough for a year, but to not go to the doctor because you don't want to hear any bad news. What if you go early and you take care of the lung cancer, knock on wood, God forbid, but before it fucking metastasizes? I mean, it's just insane.
Is he hot tonight? He seems hot tonight. Come on, let's take the top off. Let some of that steam be released, Dylan. Come on.
You cinched the cap closed with that fucking Lee bit. The ring was way too loud. All right, we have to get into our pots. Should we kick it to Kaylin first? I feel like you and I are at odds right now. We need to smoke a peace pipe right now.
Let's do it.
All right, be brief.
Opening episodes, never great. This one also didn't think it was super great, but I enjoyed the food, and I enjoyed the very drunk guests. They were quite entertaining. 16 pots.
I thought that
Clear,
was good.
concise.
I thought that was good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You want to go next, Dylan?
No.
Okay. I love the casting. Gary has been the alpha on this boat for years.
You're about to cough again.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
We have Alex. He looks like he's a player. As by the trailer that we saw. He's
hot boy.
We also have Colin, who's in like a throuple or something like that, he's claiming.
Yeah.
This can be a fan. Everyone's single. Thank you. They took my directions, the producers and casting agents of this show. I said, no more people in relationships. They don't provide any entertainment for us. 90 knots.
You're holding that cough.
No, no, I'm not. Hey, I'm exhausted. Yeah. I am exhausted, Dylan.
All right.
This company's working me to the bone.
So, like Kaylin said, first episodes are always, it's warm the egg mixture up in the custard, lest we curdle the whole fucking thing. And that's what we had tonight. But, like you mentioned, there is really, really good things on the horizon. Mainly in that we just have what I hope to be is the most C-ratty cast of C-rats we've had in some time.
A girl said that if you make her laugh, she'll fuck you.
And Pat, I didn't mean to bring up the lung cancer. I don't think it's lung cancer.
Oh, thanks. It's a dry cough.
It's a dry cough, but you've got to go to the doctor and get it taken care of. I mean, it just sounds so uncomfortable.
It's pollen in the air.
All right. So let's get into it.
Now, Dylan, this was
12 pots.
Yeah, this was an odd episode because they've never done this before. They, for the first 3 minutes, just basically introduce us to the entire cast.
They do that every year.
They do? It's usually them coming on the boat. They had like a 3-minute / trailer of what's to come with the season. I'm telling you.
No. You're fucking high right now.
I think the audience is going to say Dylan's angry in this episode.
All right, so here we go. The gang is back, ready to set sails in Iggy Marina. We are in Sardinia. They eat horse there. No judgment. Mm-hmm. I'd eat horse.
Should have seen what the movie industry did to horses up until like 1984, man.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Ben-Hur. How many horses died in that movie? Like
they had
70?
to get it to take, man. Do over.
Yeah.
Anyone, any of them left kicking around? Stand them up.
Yeah, can you imagine just like beckoning the soul of Hemingway into you as an auteur, just slaughtering horses? Like, go to the 9th circle, you piece of shit. No one cares about Ben-Hur anymore, dude. Okay?
I agree.
I mean, I guess people do. Who is that, Laurence Olivier?
I think so. I haven't seen the film.
Well, I'd eat horse. They do have dispositions that are filled with empathy, though. There's something deeper behind the eyes of a horse, kind of like an elephant, you know.
They're also mean too. One bit me in my hand when I was a little kid.
They can be mean. And that's what I'm saying. You know, there's a real spectrum of character with horse. Oh, anyways, we first meet Captain Glenn. We see a couple shots of that hot little body back in the day. Likely in the early stages of his bloodlust. He was a young man back then, so he was probably more brutish and sloppy, relying on the pure physicality of his pursuit. But as he's aged, I feel like the process has gotten more streamlined, more effortless, a nick of ephemeral here, maybe a little cyanide there. He does want to see the spill, but he won't do it in a place where he'll be caught. And exactly. I think that what we saw this evening is him really taking his eye off the ball with what he's supposed to do on camera. He showed up to Sardinia weeks early to do reconnaissance. He's sniffing out the spots where he can lay slaughtered daughters, and he did not recognize that the goddamn engine is filled with seawater. I mean, he's really, he's not focused.
Keep your eye on the ball, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Can't balance two things, killing young prostitutes and then making sure the engine doesn't get waterlogged. And also, Dylan, he's still into this goddamn sailing thing. Hey, you know, I love Captain Glenn, but
he's our favorite captain.
Does this ever get old? I mean, tilting the boat at a 45-degree angle and allowing sharp objects to be hurled at, I don't know, employees sometimes paying guests.
Right.
Seems a little, it's getting old.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm feeling better.
So Daisy's on board next. We love her. She's part of the core four that makes this version of the show what it is. So I say this with love. What a sea rat way to come aboard. I mean, she says I'm supposed to have a family. Where did it all go wrong?
Well, you wanted to be on TV, Daisy. You made a choice.
No, I would say that it went wrong further back than that. Likely from childhood.
It's nice to know that now that she's kind of found her true calling, which is to be a nanny for baby sea rats.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes it for a happier life once you accept.
Colin is on board next. So good to see him. And so good to hear that the only thing that could make this season better is happening. Colin is single.
Yeah, season 1, he he unclogged toilets. Season 2, he became a shoulder to cry on. And now this season, he's going to be involved in a throuple, and he's going to be here to pork and embarrass fellow employees' families.
I would say that, yes, he was relegated to those roles that you spoke of, but let's not forget Colin's most important role. Gossip Girl.
Forgot about that. There it goes again.
Do you see? Like, he was always the one lighting a little stick of dynamite, lighting a cigarette with the sparks that were coming out of said dynamite. He would throw the stick and then enjoy just watching everything.
I feel like that's the only reason he's still here, Dylan. But now he's going to upgrade himself to be able to have sex with coworkers.
Right. He's no longer watching the ball of snakes. He will be a part of the ball of snakes, which is a really, really beautiful thing to see. So who is up next?
Well, you forgot about Gary. He's still the bosun, and he's got no game. I've watched him over the course of his stint on this show, but it's something about him is very infectious and likable, and I think that's why he will be putting his tiny little
you know what do the kids call that? Riz.
Riz? He's got Riz?
I feel as though he does have Riz, and I think that's just another shit take from you in the first 13 minutes of this episode. I mean, Gary doesn't have Riz? What's wrong with you? The guy is fucking... It's a confusing amount of Riz. It's the Samson hair. We don't get it because he's red-faced, and he's not quite a raw sex addict, but...
he's up there.
Oh, no. No. Ross is at warehouses across planet Earth where box springs and mattresses are strewn throughout the empty space like cafeteria tables.
Don't forget there's a lot of cameras there.
Yeah. A lot of cameras there. Was he in Glory Hole porn?
No, I think he was No, he definitely was in porn. He had sex with somebody.
Yeah. But it was just his penis.
Right. They didn't see his face.
Yeah.
He's the guy that wears the ski cap to the gangbang. It's like, he doesn't want to hurt his reputation.
Right. Yeah.
Honey, well, what are you doing on Saturday? Oh, going to the park.
Yeah, no, it was like a COVID themed porn, so he could wear an N95.
Nice.
But no, I remember when we found that out. We were speaking of massage porn and that odd fetish that people have, where there's those porns where the woman is just kind of milking the man underneath the massage table. It's very, very. There's no intimacy there at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that porn. I need to feel like a connection, with my porn.
Yeah.
I need to believe the couple's falling in love, or he will cast her.
I don't need to feel that, but I do need to feel as though there is a believable exchange of goods that cannot be met by one partner or the other. So to make up for the lack of funds or assets, sex is exchanged.
Right.
And
teacher, property sex.
Boss. No, that's too sad because women across America do have to. I don't want to get into it. Hey, you want
to talk about that girl that spells her name very differently than the way that she says it?
Yeah, what's her name? Ileana?
No, actually, I believe her name's Lucy, but she says her name's Lucky.
No, okay, all right. We'll get to her in a second, but first up, I think the chef comes aboard.
Yeah, she does.
What is her name?
Ileana.
Mm-hmm.
She says she's insane.
Yeah. Obviously. She also says something insane. She says, "Why would you work in a restaurant when you can work in the elements?" I think we can all think of a few. Pat, why don't you start us off? What's a benefit of working in a restaurant that would outweigh working on a
Working in a restaurant, outweighing it? Well, we all remember Titanic. I'm pretty sure all the chefs went down to Davy's locker.
That's a really, really good pro. There is no danger of sinking when you're working in a restaurant. I would say a couple other benefits: roots, your own apartment that isn't polluted by the fecal matter of another sea rat who's sleeping above you.
Can you flush the toilet, man? That caused a lot of fights on these boats.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The last one is not being in the elements,
Yeah.
Because who wants that?
No, I prefer being at a 45-degree angle with knives being thrown in my face.
Yeah.
Way more fulfilling.
Why would you work in a restaurant when you can feel like Bruce Willis in Die Hard in the vents trying to make a 7-course dinner? So Charleston Boy is up next. What's this guy's name? Chase?
He's an archetype.
My gosh.
He's a basic bitch. He's a basic bitch.
He is an ambitious youngster. He wants to retire by the time he is 30. He's going to achieve that via the lucrative profession of sea ratting. Mm-hmm. There are these. There's a TikTok that I've seen a couple times of this young woman saying, "I want to retire by the age of 30, or I want to be a billionaire by the age of 30. I'm going to get into this kind of investing. I think it's quant financing. By the time I'm 27, I'm going to flip it into this thing." He says, "I just want to be done working by 30, and I'm going to do so by
30.
By spit shining stainless steel on a fucking sailing boat."
Glad we're agreeing on it. What he just said was insanely dumb.
Yeah.
If you work on this boat, you'll probably clear $80,000 a year. You'll develop an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, and you might impregnate someone from Florida. We've had that done before. But I don't think you're going to be retiring on sea rat money.
God, it's so tough with the cast listening to the show.
Yeah.
You think about it. We got to be us,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all jokes.
Hey, mate.
But that was a really dumb thing to say. So Alex is up next. Poor bastard showed up just a little too late. He's going to be shacking up with Captain Glenn. And that's the worst, You're out, you're a baker's dozen shots of Casamigos into the evening. You've bed somebody in a
cargo van,
or a washroom, and then oops, I fell asleep with my boots on, and I used Captain Glenn's face as a ladder. And it's not his fault. That's just kind of the way the room works out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
My tongue got really wrong there.
Now, did we skip over Madison? Because she's going to be fun.
No, she is up next.
Okay.
She, as you mentioned, professes to have rather low standards.
Yeah, there too. Before sex, you need to make her laugh and form a sentence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think a third of the population could fit that description.
Depends.
I'm here for my sex. I got a joke, and I just kind of cleared that second requirement up, seeing as I completed a full sentence. So, should I whip it out now? Or
Well, no. You would have to say the joke. So say the joke.
I don't know. I don't have a joke.
Oh, okay. I got one. Okay. So you be Madison.
All right.
I go, hi, I'm Dylan.
Hey, Dill.
I know that was a full sentence, but let me try it again. The dog walked across the street. Okay, let me give you a joke. So there's this guy in his living room, right? And he's just enjoying a Saturday morning, and he hears a knock at the door. It's this little tiny knock, right? And he goes outside and he opens the door and he can't fucking see anything. So he hears this little voice goes, down here, and he looks down. There's this little snail. And he goes, what the hell? And the snail goes, hi, would you like any magazine subscriptions today? I'm selling a bunch of magazine subscriptions. And he kicks the snail across the road, just goes flying, and he shuts the door. 3 years later, it's another Saturday. He hears a little knock at the door. And he answers it, and the snail's there again. He goes, what the fuck was that for?
Hey, I want to fuck you.
All right. But yeah, so she's going to be great. Lots of fun. She is a ray of sunshine, and she delivers that line with a face that looks as though she's been hit with quite a wicked fart. Up next is Lucy. Go into the unlucky lucky thing, because I didn't really get this.
Well,
obviously, she's unlucky because she's a sea rat.
Chiron that says her name's Lucy, clearly. And she says her name's Lucky. She's kind of unlucky, though, because she's like in an episode of Three's Company, like Jack Tripper. She falls over everything, hits her goddamn head.
Yeah.
She's not lucky at all. She's pretty compromised.
Who's the racist sitcom character?
Archie Bunker?
Archie Bunker. That's right. Mm-hmm. He didn't like black people, right?
Well, he loved Sammy Davis Jr.
He did.
Mm-hmm. And he liked the Jeffersons.
Okay. But they were kind of like an exception to the rule.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So, she's from the land of the dragon, also known as the land of drunks and a lot of drunk fighting, known as whales. Mm-hmm. They speak a strange tongue up there. They are druidic remnants of a world that was supposed to be left alone, sacrificing things in the forest, atop mountain peaks, and just intense stuff. But I'm pretty
it's got great viewpoint from a yacht, though.
What?
Oh, the area, the train, the region.
Wales?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Sardinia. Yeah, Wales is beautiful too. Didn't they film Lord of the Rings there?
No, they filmed Lord of the Rings in New Zealand. Wales is disgusting.
Oh, it is?
I mean, sure, there are rocky places and all that stuff, but Wales is littered with broken bottles of Buckfast and fucking blood.
You know what? I think I'm 3% Wales. I did a 23andMe. My whole lineage is from that region over there. Yeah.
I'm Welsh.
Nice.
I was named after a Welshman.
Very fitting.
Dylan Thomas. He got wet brain and died. So Captain Glenn is as hands-off as he's ever been very early on. Daisy's like, Gary's not here, so what should we do? And he looks to the deckhand. He goes, why don't you guys just get a list together and leave me the fuck alone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we get the call from Gary yet? Because where is Gary?
We know that Gary has... No. We're about to get there.
Okay.
So first up, we've got a little meeting between Daisy and her stews. Now, the only blemish on this episode is that we do not have the bloodthirst and the competition between the second and third stew.
Right.
Daisy has flatlined the hierarchy here. She has deemed both of them junior.
Right.
Now, I don't think that Mags and Lucy are the type that would go for one another. They just seem like too aloof and too cool.
I didn't know that Gabby and Eat Ash were going to go head to head over that little thing last season, but I think that's why we're here this season.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Gabby's a friend of the show, and she already thinks I hate her, so I don't want to say anything too intense, but I think you could tell that Gabby was going to have a problem, and I think you could tell that Ashley was going to have a problem, too. Love you, Gabs. So, Alex, little debrief on him. He is a
good-looking dude. Gary, watch out. He's going to give you a run for your money.
Yep, we've got another Samson character. He is kind of a a navigator of drunks in Fort Lauderdale. He just takes, or in Miami, he just takes people who are hopped up on Cubanos and blow, and what are those seltzers called?
Hard seltzers.
Yeah, no. High Noons.
Oh, High Noons.
Yeah.
Those are the expensive ones.
Yeah. Real fruit juice.
That's right. That's what they advertise.
Yeah. He's probably seen a couple people need a snort or two of Narcan, because a lot of fentanyl's pumping around those parts.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I've heard if the cocaine is pink, has a hue of pink, you should not snort it. But YOLO.
Yeah.
YOLO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you only live once.
All right, go ahead with the next part of the show.
Okay. We guess Gary or something FaceTimes Captain Glenn to give an update where he's at, you know?
Yeah.
And he's in quarantine because he's got the big C. He's got COVID.
No. That's not the big C. The big C is cancer, man.
Oh, no, there's another one too, because I thought this would be funny. Because he keeps testing positive for it, and he thinks if he breathes into a pillow that it'll cure himself.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hold on. But I had
this.
this thought that the doctors are kind of screwing up. They keep testing him for chlamydia. And the doctor's like, he's still got it. He's still got chlamydia. But they keep saying the big C, so it's a big, like who's on first kind of deal, you know?
Yeah, they keep telling him, and they have horrific bedside manner. They're like, Gary, you've got the big C. You still have the big C. And he's like, well, I think it's because I'm breathing into my pillow. And they're like, no, it has nothing to do with that. But yeah, no, Gary gives us a little bro science. He's like, if I have COVID and I keep slobbering on these pillows, I'm going to keep having COVID. And Glenn's like, I don't think it works like that. But Chase is a 5-alarm fire when he finds this out. He says, we're supposed to be picking up charter tomorrow, and we're not ready. I'd say we're fucked.
Pretty negative.
Chase, also, take it easy. Someone else who needs to take it easy, Captain Glenn, refers to the department heads as gods. Glenn, take it easy. Colin is going to take the lead for a little on the deck. He's going to be the god of the deck crew.
By the way, what a spectrum. One day you're a sea rat, the next day you're a living god.
Right.
Wow.
You're either a sea rat who scrums around and scratches and bites and fights, or you're a deity. Yeah, it's really nuts stuff. Colin is going to take a lead, like I said. He tells Glenn, no problem. I've got a little shit to do today, though, so can you take care of that one? And Glenn's like, yeah, sure, I guess. And I was like, Colin, that's a little intense. He just told you to be the first mate, and you told him to fuck off. But it turns out that Colin does have a lot of work to get to.
Yes.
Glenn's negligence has brought forth a big issue with the engine, but we'll get there.
I'm glad you put that together for me, because I'm like thinking, what's up with that engine? I mean, how many jobs do you have to do? You know, when
Yeah.
big.
What
mess.
happened was Glenn was trying to find an industrial amount of shrink wrap on the island,
Right.
which is hard to get. So that took him a couple days. Then he had to break into the spots and adorn the walls and the floors with said shrink wrap. Before you know it, he's got 30 minutes before everybody's getting back to the boat. He's been on a week-long Heart of Darkness kind of quest to figure this whole thing out. He gets to the boat out of breath, welcomes Daisy on board, but has not paid attention to the engine, and he knew it was leaking.
Wow. That's like a movie where we, in the middle of the movie, we get cut back to see what took place, you know?
Yeah.
How this all came to be.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
no.
The Saint.
Yeah.
Did that happen in The Saint?
Or Vantage Point. Or Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr.
Were those good?
Oh, it's excellent.
Yeah, just a lot of slow-mo.
Yeah.
Right?
He likes to have fun with that camera, man.
Who, Guy Ritchie?
Yeah.
So Daisy and the chef have a little chat. Communication is their favorite. Alicia says something, but I didn't write it down. Should we get to a little meanwhile?
Yeah, we're going to do a little thing called
Ads. Yeah,
Right,
let's
ads.
get to our ads right now. Our next partner has a product that I use literally every single day. Pat, why did you start taking AG1?
Well, I wanted to feel better in the morning and optimize my day. I want to be a millionaire by the time I'm 30.
Yeah, or retired.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, a cup of coffee, that's the Rockwellian way to get the morning going. But if you incorporate AG1 into your morning, you're going to be absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced ingredients, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. A lot of things we just take as ritual, as status quo. But, for a long time, people were drinking 3 martinis at lunch. I mean, that's nuts.
Yeah, it was a good time, but there was a lot of DUIs and a lot of people died as a result of bad car accidents.
Right, exactly. You can't wake up, eat a ham steak, have a cup of coffee, and then go about your day. There are things that you can pull out of Mother Earth, and how do you do that? You get AG, Athletic Greens. You just throw it into a cup of water in the morning. It's very, very easy. I love the way it tastes, too. It doesn't taste good enough to where you are suspicious of whether or not it's actually good for you.
It feels healthy. That's the way I'd frame it.
Exactly. So, reminder, this thing, Athletic Greens, has over 7,000 five-star reviews.
That means you've
insane.
arrived. That means you're real.
That means you've arrived. In 2020, Athletic Greens purchased carbon credits that support projects protecting old-growth rainforests. Are you kidding me? Help the company out that's helping this planet out.
Hey, help us out. Buy some of this stuff.
Help us out. It's such symbiosis. I mean, my goodness gracious. Mainly, the main selling point, it costs you less than $3 a day. You're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than that cold brew habit. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient and daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills, supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/anotherbatchpod or athleticgreens.com/belowdeck. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/anotherbatchpod or athleticgreens.com/belowdeck to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. You've been Postmating a lot lately?
Absolutely. No, I haven't been Postmating because I signed up for Green Chef.
What is Green Chef? Green Chef is a CCOF certified meal kit company. Green Chef makes eating well easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. Green Chef offers a range of recipes to suit your preferences. They just expanded their menu. Now you can choose from 30 plus recipes weekly with options to mix and match meals from different dietary preferences in the same box without changing your plan. One day you can do keto. One day you can do vegan if you want. I mean, that is absolutely nuts.
That's the one we've done.
Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well with dinners that work for you, not the other way around. And also, Pat, give a little color to this ad read. How has it improved your life?
Well, Dylan, as you know, my wife, Cherie, she loves to Postmates until I got her on this program, and it's improved our relationship. It's like a full wraparound of how you can fix your relationship. When you have dinner with each other and you cook with each other, it's like that movie Ghost. She's frying this stuff. I got both my arms around her like I'm doing some Play-Doh or whatever the hell Patrick Swayze was for you.
And she's like, get away from me. I just burned myself.
Right. But it's hot. It's like a movie, man.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. So if you want that kind of thing, go to greenchef.com/belowdeck60 and use code belowdeck60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. Go to greenchef.com/belowdeck60 and use code belowdeck60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. All right, so support us there. Those are wonderful sponsors. Get the products. Pat, meanwhile, we find out that literally everyone on the vessel is single, and that is what we like to see. Let's get this ball of snakes balling up and fucking biting and bleeding and coming all over each other. What? You know what happened? You know what just happened to me?
Yeah.
I thought in my head, I don't think I should say coming all over each other.
Right.
I think that's too much.
You rethought.
And then my mouth fought back against the brain. It was like a little tug of war of stupidity.
Yeah, you already pushed the skateboard. It's on its way down the street, Dylan.
Yeah.
You got to chase after it now.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. And once I catch up to it, I will. I'm going to move on. Enough about the skateboard. Enough about the ball of snakes, and enough about semen. It's time for the
preference sheet meeting. Dun, 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 dun.
We're just going to sing the music. I'm tired of putting the music in.
Fair enough.
Da, 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 da.
All right, go for it,
We're not
Caleb.
doing it
Alrighty.
anymore.
Well, the primary guest is Stephanie Suter. She works in sales in Austin, Texas. She excels in marketing research, quantitative business analysis, and business policy. She's gathered a group of
That is one of those bloated euphemisms to get you paid more. Mm-hmm. Quantitative business analysis.
That's a nice word.
Yeah.
She sounds smart and important.
Is that how much business you're doing?
Well, she's gathered a group of 7 of her best girlfriends to help celebrate her 50th birthday and is excited to experience sailing on such a large sailboat.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Have fun with that.
Is that it?
Well, some of the girlfriends' jobs, who she brought along, include sales leader, real estate agent, technology sales, flight attendant, and nurse.
Wow.
Night 1.
I know what you're going to say. The nurse is a whore? Is that what you're going to say?
Not quite.
I dated a nurse. She cheated on me all the time.
Why do you have to make me say that when you were going to be the one that said it?
Right.
God.
Wow.
Well, night 1, the guest...
Is there a lull there? Was that a lull?
Huh?
Go on.
Night 1, the guest would like a local Sardinian dinner, which seems to be mostly just seafood,
Horse meat.
and an EDM party.
Yeah.
Day 2, the guest would like to hang out at the beach, and then steak and seafood with truffle on everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dun, 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 dun,
Is that it? You have to say that's it for the preference
that's
sheet
it for the
meeting.
preference
All
sheet
right.
meeting.
So because he didn't do that, I'm going to knock a significant amount of points off.
Oh, we're rating
I
him.
would say probably 51 pots.
I'll give you 60K. We're buddies.
Speaking of EDM parties, I was in line at a bagel place the other day. And, you can't get good bagels in Los Angeles. So the ones that proclaim and profess to have good bagels, they don't. But there are always lines. I am behind these 2 Zoomers, these 2 Gen Z fucking thumbsuckers. They've obviously just had sex with one another in their 600 square foot apartment in Silver Lake. So happy for them. They're glowing. The boyfriend is talking about how he's almost at 10,000 followers.
Oh.
The girlfriend is talking about how her birthday is exactly 20 days away. And what she wants to do is have a silent disco in Venice during the sunset. But they've got to plan it because the weekend after, she's going to Coachella. I'm standing in line, and I'm just thinking to myself, if I had a gun, I wouldn't kill it. I would kill myself.
yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
Is there another lull? And maybe I am too hot tonight.
you're a little hot. It's okay, though. I think it's good energy coming out for our first episode.
Can you imagine that conversation taking place in front of you? I mean, it's just absolutely nauseating. Then the guy gets up to the window, and I'm in a rush. He goes, "What's that? What's that? It's a fucking bagel place. It's sesame seeds. And lox spread is cream cheese with lox in it. You idiot." Go ahead, Pat. I'm hot.
Oh, sure. Okay. All right. So, Madison, or she wants to be called Mads. We get a little look back at her. She says her brothers nicknamed her Fatty.
Yeah.
And says words that just bounce off her. That's how she became such a Teflon Don. So Lucky, whose name is actually spelled Lucy. She agrees with it. They're going to be 2 tough chicks working together. I think these 2 are going to get along swimmingly.
Those brothers sound pretty fucking vicious.
Hey, Fatty.
My God.
Don't go over their house for Christmas.
So the first charter is getting off to a hot start. Looks like where Glenn was sussing out the best spots to hide massacred bodies, the engine began to rot. We head up to the deck. People are taking the night off. It seems like they've done their work, but This is where we find out that everyone is single except for the chef, but that seems a little tenuous. They dissect the engine and realize that it's not the gearbox. So naturally, it's time for a beer.
Of course.
Now,
We'll get back to this in the morning.
I don't know anything about this, and if I was put in charge of this, everybody would die.
Right. That boat would never get off the dock
But
again.
is there not more to do? It seems like it is not time for beer.
I think they threw in the towel, and they'll do a little bit more diagnostics in the morning, but you got to call out the big boys. You know what I mean? I think.
But they did not know that they needed to call out the Caterpillar engineers yet, which sound like it's something out of a Willy Wonka world. But no, it's just sea rat stuff. Let's get to the next day.
Next morning.
Gary phones in. And this is where he delivers the bro science. The issue is the pillows. The pillows need to be... I would imagine that Gary thinks that the pillows need to be put in a kind of sterilization chamber a la 2001 Space Odyssey before he could sleep on them again, or he's never going to shake this.
Yeah.
He's never going to shake
I bet
this
this
seat.
moron believes if you swallow gum, it stays in your stomach for 7 years.
Well, that's true.
Oh, no. I think it's... no. I don't think so. But
No. That is...
if you eat carrots, you have better eyesight. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. And, another truth. If you have a chronic cough for a year and you go to the doctor, they'll probably give you medication for it. So the guests arrive. Also, if you swallow a watermelon seed, a watermelon will grow in your stomach. Be careful. Chucky taught us that. So the guests arrive. They are toured through the clown car known as Parsifal. And we get our first meal. Now, the first meal, this is just little snackies. This has to be a good first foot forward. Now, this is an easy putt usually because you're serving food to tongue blind people without a palate. So, arancini balls are going to be just fine.
They look delicious. I felt like I was at a wedding. You know, like a wedding ceremony?
Like a good...
Like a cocktail hour?
Like a good wedding.
Where the dad and mom paid for the drinks.
Right.
You know, not like those cheap people that you go to a cocktail hour and you order, a Red Bull and vodka, and he's like, it's $12. I'm like, sir, it's cocktail hour at a wedding. It's free.
How do you feel about beer and wine?
I'm fine with that.
Open bar, but just beer and wine.
Totally fine with that.
You're good with that?
Something's got to be free.
Yeah. So the meal is where the little bites are arancini balls. Nothing wrong with that. Do you know what arancini is?
No. Is it a pepper?
No. It would be your favorite kind of food.
It's got turkey in it?
Could have turkey in it if you want to. That would be a revolting choice, but I'm sure that you would enjoy it. You would enjoy turkey and pad thai. Arancini balls are rice. It's just rice smushed together and deep fried.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Does it? Mm-hmm. You're not afraid of carbs, are you? You're afraid of fat.
Correct.
You would rather eat that than an avocado.
Yeah. A single avocado is like 20 grams of fat, dude. It's like your whole daily intake. Did one. It's supposed to be a vegetable.
Ribeye crostini with a horseradish cream is also aboard the table. You have to be brave with that root. Mm-hmm. It must sting at the very least. It has to have a whisper of a sting at the very least. I cannot stand when you have horseradish cream that just tastes of mayonnaise. It's just like, that's not what the point of this is for. It is supposed to have at least a whisper of a sting. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I love horseradish. Is this when we get to Alex admitting that to be the party entertainer guy, you just ply women with liquor and it's his specialty?
Right.
And I don't say that out loud, man.
Yeah. Okay, Bill Cosby,
And then I think Daisy, because she's got her job down, I think at some point she's like, let's just order all the guys to take their shirts off, shake their asses. And of course it works.
Yeah, no, she's the queen of that. So Alex takes the girls out to sea. He lets his hair down and plies them with Tito's. These women are torqued. Mm-hmm. They're absolutely torqued. Good news, because we've got some bad news. We have a guarantee we are not moving this boat for a few days. They need the engine manufacturer, the Caterpillar engineers, to come in the morning because there is seawater in the engine. Do not ever book these vacations.
No.
And not even if you have a business to promote, because what business has anyone ever trafficked or sought out because it was on below deck?
I don't think this show provides a really good picture of the quality of service that happens on these yachts. Because people are still doing it, despite this. If this was the service when you went on one of these things, the industry would collapse.
I know, and the thing about it is, these fucking sea rats, they always say like, "Oh no, this is great service. This is great service."
5-star,
and it's like, come on, sea rats. I mean, we're watching the show. You guys are fucking. I mean, you had a janitor make pork in a dry pan one year. I mean, what are we talking about? It's just nuts. All right, so we have to get to dinner. It is going to be local oysters with a cab sauv vinaigrette, lobster and shrimp rav with truffle fillet with garlic puree, also known as meat and potatoes. I would say the dinner goes well. You don't want to blow the doors off of anybody in your first go, but you definitely don't want to fail to meet the mark or hit the mark or whatever the expression is. I thought she did a good job. Cab sauv vinaigrette sounds absolutely disgusting. And filet and garlic puree is just steak and potatoes. But
they're so wasted. How would they even know what they're tasting?
I'm sure that they would have been fine with, you guys have kids. Mm-hmm. You get those Annie's mac and cheese cups.
Oh, delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I steal Ellie's all the time out of the fridge.
They're
when I'm
good,
drunk.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Would you rather have that or local oysters with a cab sauv vinaigrette?
Oh, mac and cheese, dude.
What about you? Yeah.
Especially at midnight when I'm stumping around drunk looking for something to eat.
Right.
By the way, one of the guests, she falls off her chair twice. She's so wasted.
She quite literally hits the deck.
I was thinking this is when that pirate boat goes in and throws a grenade in there and kills everybody.
Yeah.
That was Triangle of Sadness, I think.
Triangle of Sadness. Mm-hmm. Yeah, great movie.
True stupidity.
Great movie. And these witches, I mean, she falls down twice and they just sit there. And it's not even a rendered unhelpful because of laughter. Mm-hmm. They're just looking at her, not helping at all. I mean, it's a real Lord of the Flies kind of thing. Well, it's fucked up.
Sometimes you can be so comfortable in your friendship that you can have a good laugh at that, knowing they're not going to be offended.
Yeah. So let's get to the EDM party. Quite a setup. We've got 4 balloons and wigs. I don't know. These are always weird because of the royalty-free music, and we move on to the next day.
Oh, sure. I was just saying, Alex, he's got the best service etiquette for dealing with drunks. I mean, he's up till all hours of the night in the jacuzzi serving the ladies, and he should be given his props for that. I like Alex. Right now, I think he's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I didn't need to say that.
Did you think that he needed to say that? And listen, I've said a lot of things that don't.
Well, I was going to give his speech. Look, it wasn't always easy. The paint I got in my eyes, and I'm not going to lie, pretending to care what Anne Marie had said wasn't easy, but it was all part of the job. I like to thank my crew because, or my agent because he exists. His name's Mike August, and he's doing a banging job getting me on this show.
Inside joke, Pat. What is that thing on top of your house? Is that an antenna of some sort?
Yeah, that's direct TV, right?
That's direct. I don't think that's direct TV.
It says direct TV.
No.
Clearly.
I'm talking about that thing. The one that looks like an ant. It looks.
I don't know. I'll have to.
So the Caterpillar engineers, they come up and they're all long and they got like 100 legs and shit, and they're like, "We cannot do anything about this for 15 days," and they're like smoking these long cigarettes and they're on acid and stuff.
I'll love it if it does take 15 days and we see 3 charters on the deck.
Well, what they don't show us is that next episode will begin with the Caterpillar engineer going, "Or there is a second option where we can have this fixed in 10 minutes." And so that's what we'll see next week. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the show. Join us on Patreon, join us on YouTube, Instagram, and get in those reviews. We love you guys so much for supporting the show. I'm Dylan saying goodbye. Pat, say goodbye.
Later, dudes.
Kaylin, say goodbye.
Goodbye.